Boon did say something about a Marvel fighting game, and he was kind of alluding that they were in talks to actually make a Marvel fighting game, which is actually pretty interesting. I want to see how they're gonna go about because Ed Boon was. We can basically assume from that interview that like somewhere down the line, NRS is gonna get the rights to make Marvel fighting game. Ed Boon kind of confirmed that they were in talks for that, and I'm curious as to how they're gonna go about that because Marvel versus Capcom is such an established franchise. It's just like how they're gonna go about. Obviously, I think if they're going to make a Marvel game, it's not going to be a versus game. It's going to be all Marvel characters. Is it going to be similar to the Injustice playstyle? I'm curious. If they're going to make a Marvel game, I want to see like a very flashy, very like high combo ass fucking fighting game. Because I think that's kind of not territory for NRS. Like they've never really done like this crazy fucking like stupid like fucking tag team fighting game. I would like to see some shit like that. Or I would like to see something unique. The thing is that there's MVC. That's going to be the biggest issue. Like, but also I think that's an issue in a blessing because the last Marvel vs. Capcom, a lot of people didn't like. And Ed Boon kind of sounded like he wasn't. And here's another thing that NRS has over Capcom is NRS is owned by Warner Brothers, which is also produces a lot of movies. That connection between Warner Brothers and Marvel can be made easier than a connection between Capcom and Marvel because Warner Brothers and Marvel are both movie studios. So I feel like Warner Bros. Could have a closer connection with Marvel than obviously Capcom would, which is why I think NRS, it wouldn't be too much of a issue for NRS to be able to make a Marvel game because they have Warner Brothers to negotiate that for them. They don't have to directly do that themselves. Versus Capcom has to directly negotiate that with Marvel. NRS doesn't have to do that. Warner Bros. Can do that for them. So that's actually in their favor. I don't think it would be a versus game. I think it would simply just be a Marvel fighting game. And if they just think about it, if the first game NRS releases, and I think we got about like 2 years before we get a trailer for another NRS game. So it'll be like 2021. 2021, you fucking just it's just they skip. Let's just say they take a break from Injustice, and instead of Injustice, they make a Marvel fight game. I would probably nut. That would be so good. That would be so good. That'd be good. No. Just I don't. This is the thing about fans. Fans have this mindset that DC and Marvel don't like each other. If there's a way for Marvel to make money off something, they're gonna do it. Fans created this illusion that Marvel and DC hate each other. Well, just like fans created this illusion that fucking Sony and Xbox hate each other. That's all fan created. Like these, yes, they're competitors, but they don't hate each other. And if Warner Brothers comes to Marvel with the idea that they can profit from a video game they can profit from, and they can show the numbers, like Mortal Kombat sells hella well. Injustice sells absolutely well. If they come to Marvel with numbers, you think Marvel is going to be like, no, you own DC, like, we're not going to give you the rights to make a game. Hell no. Marvel going to be like, where the fuck do we sign? Because we're going to make a check off this. Like, it's not about like you own DC or nothing. Like, it's about you're going to make this fighting game that's going to make me money. The biggest issue is going to be rights. That is the biggest issue, is coming to terms about how to make the characters, about how they want the game. Because you can see it on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That game has Marvel all over it. It's the only thing I see visually with that game that belongs to Capcom is the fighting system. I think how the game looks was by Marvel. I think how the characters, like how the game is designed, I think all of that was like, how it looks is Marvel. Like Marvel clearly had their hand in Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. They did. It's not a fan thing. It's just like saying Xbox Studios is going to make a PlayStation exclusive game. No, that's not the same. Let me explain to you why that's not the same. Because even though Warner Brothers owns DC, NRS isn't like a fucking exclusive only. Like that's not. You're confusing it. Xbox Studios and PlayStation exclusive. Those are two different entities, and you're confusing it. You're confusing it with Warner Brothers and Marvel. Yes, Warner Brothers is going to do the negotiation, but at the end of the day, it's going to be an NRS game, and it's not. Like I said, the biggest thing for Marvel is Marvel wants to make money, and I think where the disconnect is going to happen is I don't think NRS is going to want to give Marvel as much like freedom to impact the game as they want, because you see Capcom kind of gave it to Marvel. They kind of gave Marvel that leeway to like kind of impact the game how they want it. You can see it. It's a lot of MVCI is Marvel. You can see it. I like Xbox. I don't care about console. Like, play whatever console you want to play. Like, the console wars shit is stupid. Just play whatever system you want to play. I own the Xbox One. I own the Switch. I own the fucking PlayStation. Like, play whatever console you feel comfortable playing. It's not about which consoles. It's stupid. Play whatever. I play whatever console my friends are going to. That's how I make my decisions. If my friends are going to a certain console, then I'm leaning towards that console. I had both an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. All of my friends was on PlayStation. I did have a reason to have an Xbox anymore. But you're viewing it from a wrong perspective. I get what you're saying, versus I get what you're saying. Like, Warner Brothers owns DC. Why would Marvel allow the people that own DC to make a Marvel game? But if it's going to make Marvel money, I don't think Marvel would care. That's the point I'm trying to get. Like, if the money is right enough for Marvel, they don't care that Warner Brothers owns DC. They don't care. They don't want, obviously there's not going to be DC characters in a Marvel game. It's going to be all Marvel characters. But if the money's right and the numbers look right and it's beneficial for Marvel to allow NRS to make a fighting game that's a Marvel fighting game, if the numbers are right and Marvel see that they can profit from that, absolutely Marvel is going to take that. I don't see any reason why Marvel wouldn't take that. Money talks. Money fucking talks. Money speaks louder than anything else on this planet. And if the money is right, it's definitely up to Marvel. If you don't think it's up to Marvel, who do you think is up to? I think the point you're trying to make, there you go. That's what I was about to say. I think the point you're trying to make is that it's up to Warner Brothers if they're going to allow NRS to make a Marvel game. And here's another reason why I think Warner Brothers would allow it. Because, and if you watch that interview that Ed Boon was a part of, he alluded to the point that he was already having meetings about a Marvel fighting game. That it was something that they wanted to do. And it's a tricky situation. So it seems like Ed Boon and NRS really want to make a Marvel game. Because Ed Boon has said this multiple times. If you check Ed Boon's Twitter, if you check interviews, he's always said that he wants to make a Marvel fighting game. But the cards have just never aligned. With his latest one of the interviews he did when he was, I think it was like the 100 question interviews, he was saying that there was a possibility that he was talking about making a Marvel fighting game. The issue, I get what you're saying. The issue comes with Warner Brothers and Marvel kind of coming to an agreement about it. Ed Boon does have some influence, but at the end of the day, it's about if Warner Brothers, is going to allow NRS to make a Marvel game. Plus, they have to come with terms. No. In their interview, I'm pretty sure he said he was in talks about it. He had talked to some people about that. I'm pretty sure there's an interview where he said that he was in talks. He had been in talks about a game, and he couldn't say nothing more about it. About a Marvel game. And he couldn't say nothing else about it. Pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. So there's a 10% chance I'm wrong. But I'm like 90% sure that in one of those interviews that he said that he couldn't say more about it. Right? Pretty sure that happened. That happened, right? Pretty sure. We're talking about the possibility of NRS making a Marvel game. We're just throwing shit out here, okay? Here, let's do odds. I think the odds of this actually happening, I say are about 2%. let's keep it 300. I think the odds of this actually happening, about like NRS actually making a Marvel game, they're about 2%. I think the issue with NRS making a fighting game is just like too many hoops they got to jump through in order to make it happen. Could they make it happen? Yeah, 2%. I don't think they're going to make it happen because I think it's too much for them to have to do in order to make a fighting game. But I think, would I like to see it? Absolutely. I think it could be cool. I would like to see NRS with a Marvel game. I think it would be difficult. I think it would just be difficult to go through because essentially NRS has to go through two very big studios, and they have to get both of those studios to agree on terms. And if you notice, we're talking about Injustice 3. Well, we're not talking about Injustice 3. We're talking about the possibility of NRS making a Marvel game. It's very unlikely. Like I said, I think it's a 2% chance of that ever happening. Because I think too many cards will have to align for that to actually happen. And you see, Warner Brothers is actually starting to care about NRS a lot more. I don't know if y'all are paying attention to MK11, but it feels like Warner Brothers is paying a lot more attention to MK11 than they were MKX. That's the impression I'm kind of getting for Mortal Kombat 11. 1603. Oh, let's see.
Are you a good sport?
Yes.
Will easy fatalities be returning in Mortal Kombat 11?
Yes.
Necessary evil?
Yes, I do think it is.
How many total characters will there be in Mortal Kombat 11?
25 to start, 30-something to finish.
Look, can we just save a lot of time here?
Agree.
Was there actually a guy named William?
No. Oh, no, Harry Williams was the guy, Williams Electronics.
Did you meet him?
No, I think he was already dead when I joined the company.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Actually, it's not funny, I should say.
Do you remember doing this flip?
What flip? Oh, yes, I remember that. Mortal Kombat 3.
Have you ever had one conversation with Marvel about making a fighting game?
Yes.
What? When?
I did. But I probably shouldn't talk about it.
Are you excited about that idea?
Oh, God, yes. We would love to make like a Marvel fighting game or Marvel versus DC. I think would be the coolest.
I feel like it's a race between you and TT Games for getting that Marvel.
You see, he was kind of like, it kind of felt like he was talking to him. Like, they were, I don't know. But they was fucked up. That was fucked up. So, like I said, what's up, Denzel? I think the possibility of us getting a NRS Marvel game is very slim. very, very, very slim. 2% to be exact. I think to get Marvel on board, if the money is right, I think Marvel would do it. But I kind of agree that maybe Warner Brothers would be the biggest issue. Because you can already see Warner Brothers is kind of trying to impose their will on Mortal Kombat 11 right now. You can see it. You see it, okay? Everybody sees that. It seems like fucking they're trying to impose their will on Mortal Kombat 11. So I can't even imagine NRS trying to make a Marvel fighting game, have a Marvel over here in their ear, then having fucking Warner Brothers over here in their ear, and having to basically please both of these groups about a fighting game. That's too much stress on not only just fucking. It's too much stress on the NRS and the NRS employees. That's too much. It'll be fucking. It'd be 1 versus 1. NRS ain't making no 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3 game. These are the crossover games that I would personally want. Let's talk crossover games, okay? Chat, let's talk crossovers. Marvel versus DC. Killer Instinct. Mortal Kombat. We already got Tekken versus Street Fighter, which is not that great. All right, lazy man, you have a good night. Just imagine a Killer Instinct versus a fucking Mortal Kombat game. Motherfuckers have wanted that since the goddamn 90s. Tekken versus King of... Ooh, that'd be dope. Ooh, that'd be good. Tekken X King of... Oh, that'd be good. Mortal Kombat versus DC. Hey, man, stop that. Let's not. I like that one a lot. Let's not. MK versus Street Fighter. That'd be pretty cool. Soul Calibur, Samurai Showdown. Right? That works, right? A Soul Calibur versus Samurai Showdown. That'd be pretty good. Tekken versus Soul Calibur could work too. I mean, they basically share characters. Yeah, it depends on what you like. I personally like DC better, but you know, I understand people that like Marvel better. It's just opinion wise. It's whatever. Superman. MK versus KI would be fantastic. Done right. Now here's the question. Would you rather want it in a Mortal Kombat system or a KI system? That's the true question. Or would you rather like it a hybrid of both? How would that even work? Sailor Moon versus Dragon Ball Z? Bro, the next anime fighting game, I think Arc System is going to make another fighting game. And it's not going to be about Dragon Ball Z. I think it's going to be either Naruto or it's going to be My Hero Academia. I think Arc System is going to make another anime fighting game, like Fighters. But I think it's going to be either Naruto or Academia.